Hey guys! Guess who changed her background again? So I had originally Osric Chow and Mark Pellegrino here, but I don't like Mark Pellegrino, so I got rid of him from the background because he's just very problematic. And lots of people are like, if you support Mark Pellegrino, I hate you. So instead I have this. This is something I can support. But if I do, I will probably get restricted by YouTube. So I asked you guys on Twitter what my next video should be because I had 3 ideas and you guys voted for this one, the story time of the dodgy photo shoot. This one will deal with the topic of, I can't think of the term, like lingerie photo shoot. I guess that counts as like partial nudity or something. Just so you know, I'm not going to be showing any like graphic pictures or talking about anything graphic. It's just so you know, that's what it's about. Nothing terrible or triggering happened. It wasn't like this is how I got kidnapped story. So don't worry about me, and don't worry about being triggered because it's not that kind of content. But I just thought I'd let you know that it contains themes of, I guess, partial nudity and stuff like that. So yeah, kids, just so you know, that's what it's about. So this all happened a couple of years ago. I think it was 2014. When I was still with my boyfriend who was a douchebag. Basically, I have done some photo shoots before. I find them really enjoyable. Sometimes I do your makeup beforehand and stuff, and I really like that kind of thing, like pretending to be a model and dressing up, and yeah, I really like it. I really like photography. I like taking photos. I like being photographed, but those things are often like you have to pay a lot of money for them, or like sometimes you can get them for free if someone nominates you or something, but you know, it's quite rare. And I had done photo shoots before. I've done like 2 before, but they were when I was in my scene phase and they were a bit terrible. Also, even if the photo shoot's free, you still have to pay for the photographs, and the photographs are quite expensive, so I hadn't done anything like that for a long time. And I was interested in doing a lingerie themed one because I haven't done that before, and I find it quite empowering to be like that. I think it makes me feel good about my body and stuff, and I just kind of wanted to do one like that wasn't just me in a tutu posing, like being really cringe. So I think the year before, yeah, like the end of the year before, because I think it was a Christmas present, I got my boyfriend this Virgin Media, not Virgin Media, it's run by Virgin, and they have these events that you can buy for someone. Like you can buy them a day where they go and they get to drive a race car or something like that. I'd got that for my boyfriend the day before. So we knew about these Virgin gift card things. And I know that you could get photo shoots as part of one. So I like pestered and hinted that I really would like to do a lingerie photo shoot. If he would buy like the gift card, you buy the person the gift card, and then I think they get like a couple of freebies with it. So I really hinted and implied that I wanted to do that. And so for my birthday in 2014, he got me the gift card so I could go and meet with a photographer. They have photographers in different areas that their deal covers. So I could go and meet with one of the photographers in the local area and do a photo shoot with him. So at the time I was living out of London because me and my boyfriend were living together, so it's cheaper out of town. So we were living out towards Wokingham, where Dan used to live. We lived not far from there. I decided the nearest one was Maidenhead. The guy put his location as Maidenhead, but what people in the countryside do is they often tell you the location, which is a town 5 or 10 miles away, because people don't know their tiny village that they're in or this country road that they're down. So obviously he put his address as Maidenhead, and it was nowhere near Maidenhead. I had to get out at Maidenhead and get a bus to this other village, and I was really lost and I was running late. And back then there was a time where there was lots of rainfall and a lot of the country was flooded, and I had this guy on the phone to me saying that the makeup artist who was there had to get home, had to deal with flooding in her village or whatever, and I should like hurry up, blah blah blah. I was like stuck on a bus. There was nothing I could do to hurry up. I can't make the bus go any faster. So the bus got me there eventually, and I walked down this country road to this big, like, nice country house. Big by, like, London standards. Like, it's probably just a normal house over there, but to me it was, like, huge. At first it was just me and the makeup artist, which I didn't mind. As part of the deal, it said if you're if you've arranged to do any lingerie photo shoot or topless or something like that, or nude photography, it said that there will be a female chaperone for safeguarding, so that you're protected, so that you feel safe with a strange man or whatever. So I thought, okay, I'm not sure if she's the female chaperone or if someone else is going to be. What I noticed about the makeup artist was her makeup on her own face wasn't good. Like, she had, like, okay, I know I have this sometimes, but I'm not a makeup artist, but she'd have like a smear here, like she hadn't blended properly. Her makeup wasn't great, considering what she has on her face is meant to be an example of her work. So if her makeup's really good and really flawless, I'll think, oh yeah, she's gonna do my makeup really well. Her makeup wasn't great. So she started doing my makeup. I said, so what's the deal with this like female chaperone situation? And she didn't know anything about the situation. And she said something like, oh, well, I suppose I can stay if you need me to. Or his wife could possibly be the chaperone. And his wife works as a secretary answering the phone and stuff, and she was in the house. So I actually could have made a fuss and called her out. Or I could have made the makeup artist stay and be the chaperone, but the makeup artist had to get somewhere, and it wasn't her job. Her job is to be a makeup artist. Her job isn't to look after me, and I didn't want to make a fuss. So I just said, no, don't worry about it. Which is probably unwise. Like I said, nothing bad happened, but it's a bad situation if part of the deal is that if you've agreed to do lingerie, you have a female chaperone, and you've agreed to do lingerie, there should be a female chaperone. Otherwise, it's a safeguarding risk. So that was another alarm bell I had. So obviously, hadn't been well organised and they weren't sticking to their rules. So the lady did my makeup, like she taught me some techniques, and she did my lipstick, and I was feeling all good. And then I went into the bathroom to get changed into my lingerie, which was like a corset and underwear and stockings, and it was really cold. And then I came out and he hadn't got there yet, so I was just sitting there on the sofa with this makeup artist, like feeling completely naked. I wasn't completely naked obviously, but I felt really weird and it was really cold. The guy came over from the house and realised that the blow heater wasn't set up or whatever, and like warmed it up a bit and let the makeup artist go, and then it was just me and him. So this guy was quite chatty and friendly, and he was trying to loosen me up a bit because I was feeling a bit nervous and a bit like my poses were a bit stiff because I wasn't really eased into it. So he started being quite fun and being like, be like Marilyn Monroe, and he was like posing and being funny. So then I kind of eased into it. I kind of enjoyed the photo shoot. I have those backgrounds that pull down, so it's like a roll of paper with like a brick wall and graffiti, or with like different colours, and he had furs that could go on the floor that were like leopard print. So I had fun with those. Like, I tried a lot of different underwear looks, and he got the different paper backdrops, different coloured furs, used different lighting, used black and white. So the colours were really different and it was quite good. Like, I wanted to have a few pictures, or at least one picture of each look, like each outfit or each backdrop or whatever, or maybe have a couple of each, like this one in colour and in black and white. I wanted a few. You have to bear in mind that they're expensive and you might not be able to afford as much as you want, but I thought I'm gonna have a few because this was quite fun. So at the end of the day I was like fairly happy with the pictures. He encouraged me in the right way to get me relaxed, and I really enjoyed the photo shoot, and I was looking forward to buying some of the pictures. And as we left, I think he drove me to Maidenhead station because I wasn't, like, it was a really long way. Or he drove me to like a good train station to get home, and he gave me his booklet that talks about all the prices of different packages. Like, you could have a portfolio, you can have, like, the cheapest one is, I don't know, 2 pictures inside a booklet or something, and then it gets more and more expensive the more stuff you get. And I took this away with me so I could go home to my boyfriend and we could like look at it and discuss. Now, as I've already said, this was a present for my boyfriend. He bought the deal to go to this place and have these pictures taken, and so as it was a present, like, really he should have paid for the photographs. And we thought, like, I don't know how much it costs, neither does he, neither of us are photographers. I thought it would be like a couple of £100 for the ones that I wanted. And the only thing that was a couple of £100 was literally like a booklet with 2 photos in, or 4 photos, something like that. There was no way of getting the amount I wanted for a good affordable price. And the amount that I wanted, and it could be paid in instalments, but if I had as many as I wanted, it would be about 600 quid. So I don't think we realised this straight away. We ended up having a viewing where I go back to the studio. I think me and my boyfriend went in the car actually. We went to the studio and we had to sit down on the sofa, and he presents it all to us as a presentation, literally as a slideshow, which is projected on the wall with like cheesy, terrible music that I never would have chosen. It's meant to be like a beautiful presentation of yourself and it's like a really happy moment, but it was kind of cringe. But I appreciated he did that rather than being like, oh, I'll send you an email. And like we were both kind of happy with the pictures and we were choosing them like, it was quite a long process. It was like, yeah, that one in black and white and in colour, not the next one. Only 2 of me in that outfit, but not that one. You can imagine it's quite a long, boring process. So we went through all that. I can't remember how many I chose, but I'll check the disc in a minute and then I'll add it here. So anyway, we chose that many photos, and when we got home and looked at the information, I realised how much it was going to cost, and it was going to be like £600, and I told my boyfriend, who like originally was going to be paying for it, and he said, I can't pay for all that, it's really expensive, blah blah blah. I thought it was only going to be a couple of hundred. And I said, well, maybe you pay a couple of hundred and then I'll pay the rest. He said that you could pay in instalments, so I could pay like a couple of hundred each month. So it wasn't all from one pay packet, because I only earned like 800 a month. So I can't just give 600 of that, you know, it's not possible. So I could do it in instalments. And I said, yeah, you can keep your 200, like if that's what you want to pay, even though it was meant to be his present, but he wasn't anticipating it being that much, and I can't force someone to pay money they don't have or don't want to give. So I said, you pay the 200 then, you pay what you thought it was going to be, what you were prepared to pay, and then that could be like the first instalment, and then I'll pay the next instalments. He ended up paying 150, so less than he was originally going to pay for like the present. He ended up paying less because, oh, life is expensive or whatever. Bear in mind he earned like triple what I earned, but never mind. So I paid the rest, and they were like really high quality photos on a disc with the logo on, like well presented, which is meant to kind of make up for it. They weren't just on a normal CDR. They were well presented, but at the same time, that's a lot of money, even if it is well presented. I could have had it on a normal looking CD or slightly less good quality and not paid as much. You know, life's expensive, like I said. So I ended up spending £400 on my own, over £400, on my own Christmas present or birthday present. And then when we put the disc on the computer and looked at the pictures properly, we realised, which for some reason I didn't see it at the presentation. Firstly, the makeup artist was rubbish. She did one side of my lip higher than the other. Now I can do my lipstick, I'm not even a makeup artist. There are things I can't do, but drawing one side the same size as the other, like I've been doing that probably since I was about 12 or 10. When do you start wearing lip gloss and stuff? A long time. She couldn't even do that, so in some of the close-up face pictures, or the pictures you can see my face, I look a bit snooty, like I'm curling my lip at you, like I'm pulling a funny face. I thought, you know, she's not a great makeup artist. The rest of it was okay. The face makeup was okay in her defence, but there's no reason she shouldn't be able to do lipstick. On the other hand, he had completely photoshopped me to oblivion. I've never seen anything like it. Considering usually photographers who do this kind of thing, they don't want to do too much Photoshop, they just want to change the lighting and stuff because it devalues their work or makes their work seem fake or whatever. You know, they can be kind of funny about photoshopping. It's usually seen as bad, or in my experience, it's seen as bad by the photographer for him to do too much Photoshop. And you can probably not see because I've got makeup on, but I'm someone who has freckles, and even though I had makeup on, like you'd be able to see a couple of freckles, especially if it's close up. I'm going to put a picture here because I remember one of the black and white ones, he completely airbrushed out my freckles and made them completely like they weren't there at all. Now grown up, when I was little, I used to hate my freckles and want them gone. But I came to terms with that. I have freckles and that freckles are cute and there's nothing wrong with them. I don't like it when I have spots, which I usually do, but freckles I don't mind. And I come to terms with them and I liked them. And then he just completely got rid of them without asking. And I thought, why do my freckles offend you? Why don't you like them? These aren't pictures for you, they're pictures for me. I didn't ask you to get rid of my freckles. And I ended up having pictures I'd spent a lot of money on where I was like, because when I looked at it, I thought, oh my god, I look like an alien. Which, I'm sorry for anyone who doesn't have freckles, which is most people. You don't look like aliens. If you don't have freckles, you don't look like an alien. But when I saw my own face, that's how I felt. When I realised and paid attention to it, I was like, oh my god, is that what I look like without freckles? It just looked, on my face, I was unused to it. I wasn't happy with it. And he had actually photoshopped my body a bit in some of them. If I can find any, I'll put them here. I realised in one of the ones where I'm lying down, I'm wearing fishnets, so he couldn't actually, my legs were a bit curvy, which I liked. And I realised I was wearing fishnets, so he couldn't actually Photoshop them and make them super skinny or anything. But I thought, if I wasn't wearing fishnets, you would have Photoshopped my legs to a stick, because he was clearly had these like beauty ideals in his head that he had to conform to without even asking me. It was just bizarre. After a while I realised that I wasn't happy with the pictures. It wasn't straight away. And I'd been asked to go on the Facebook page of his company and leave a review. I was actually asked by his wife when she gave me the disc. She said, oh, you know, really write a review on the Facebook page because it really helps us, it really helps us out, it really helps us out. And once I'd noticed this stuff, I thought, you know what, I'm going to do that. And I'm going to say exactly what I think. And I had a pending friend request for him. And it wasn't like a Facebook page, it was like a profile. You can't write on it unless you're their friend. I don't know if Facebook's the same now because this was a long time ago. But at the time I couldn't write on it because he hadn't accepted my friend request. I'm quite an anxious person who doesn't want to rock the boat otherwise. Like I wasn't going to send him loads of angry texts or phone calls or something. Or say, print them off, you know, do the disc again, I don't like the pictures that are on the disc. I wasn't about to be like that. I was just going to post something on the Facebook page, which I know in a way seems even more antagonistic, but if I write, I don't know. I didn't know if I was going to have the guts to do it, because sometimes I don't. But I thought when he accepts the friend request, I could write a review. So I was waiting for him to accept my friend request, because I'd been told to put a review on his Facebook. I know they were really encouraging me to do, and he never accepted my friend request, so I never put a review on his Facebook, and he never knew how annoying it was for me. Don't be like, Amy, you should have done, because sometimes I don't like confrontation. So that's what happened. So that's how I ended up wasting a lot of money and going a long way and spending a lot of time and money on something that wasn't great. I'm going to put some pictures at the end, so if you don't want to see lingerie or my body or whatever, that's fine. This is your not safe for work warning. None of it's crude or sexual, it's quite tasteful in my opinion. I actually put them on my Facebook because I felt okay to do that, but that Facebook's been deactivated a long time ago. So I'm going to put some in this video because why not? I feel quite body confident and happy when I look at them, but just the fact I spent that amount of money and the fact I'm not completely happy with some of them and I'm mad about other of them, that's what annoys me. If they cost 100 quid, I might be about like, oh, I'm not that happy about that one, but But it was a lot of money for someone like me, who doesn't earn very much, and it was very disappointing that that happened. But, you know, all's well that ends well. It's fine. I'm happy now. Nothing majorly bad happened, other than the guy ripping me off a bit. And everything turned out okay. I hope you liked this video, and if you have had any similar experiences or if you've had a photo shoot, let me know in the comments and tell me how it was. Did you have a good experience or a bad experience? Let me know. Like this video if you want me to do more storytime videos. I'm going to anyway, but like it anyway because I need validation. And subscribe if you haven't already. I love you guys very much, and I'll see you soon. Bye!